Imagine this. You're sitting in your favorite armchair by the window. Outside, the world moves on. Cars passing, children playing, the sun casting golden light through the trees. But inside, it's quiet, too quiet. No footsteps in the hallway, no kettle boiling in the kitchen, no voice calling your name. It's in that stillness, the one after the television clicks off or when you set your dinner down on a table for one, that a question whispers through your heart. If something happened to me today, who would know? You see, growing older doesn't scare most of us. What does is the thought of growing older alone, of being forgotten, of needing help but not knowing who to call, of wanting to share a story and having no one on the other end of the line. But what if I told you there are gentle, powerful ways to protect yourself, to build small rituals that bring peace, to stay safe, even when no one else is around? Before we begin, I want to ask you something simple. Have you ever felt invisible, even while standing in your own home? If so, take a breath and leave a comment below like, "I'm still here. I choose to care for myself today." Or simply, "I matter." These are not just words. They're quiet acts of strength. So come with me as we walk through 5 small, steady ways you can stay safe while living alone. Not by waiting for someone to show up, but by becoming your own gentle protector. 1. Stay socially connected. The vital importance of relationships in our lives. Maybe you're sitting there now, holding a warm cup of tea between your hands, letting the steam rise quietly into the stillness of the room. The clock ticks. The world hums beyond your window. And yet there's a silence inside you that no sound can quite fill. Because the hardest part about living alone isn't the chores, or the errands, or even the occasional ache that reminds you time is passing. It's the ache of invisibility, the kind that creeps in when you haven't spoken to anyone in days. When no one asks how you slept, or what you had for lunch, or simply says, "I missed you." And over time, that silence doesn't just surround you, it begins to settle inside you. But here's something I've learned, something I hope you'll hold close. Connection isn't about big gatherings or loud conversations. It starts with one small hello, one shared story, one familiar face, even if it's through a video call or across a garden fence. That's why the very first step in staying safe while living alone isn't locking your doors or preparing for emergencies. It's staying socially connected, because our hearts were not built for isolation. They were built for belonging. Let me share with you how staying connected saved me from my loneliest season, and how it might just transform yours. Have you ever felt that creeping sense of loneliness, like a shadow following you around? It's something we all experience, especially as we get older. While there are times when a little solitude can feel comforting, too much of it can lead to serious issues such as depression and cognitive decline. This is why staying socially connected is so important. It enriches our lives and keeps our spirits high. When we engage with others, we unlock a treasure trove of support, laughter, and shared experiences. Think about it. Family gatherings, coffee dates with friends, and community activities all serve as buffers against the stresses of everyday life. Research shows that people with strong social ties enjoy better health and often live longer. Simply being around others can lift our mood and enhance our sense of belonging, making life feel a little brighter. Building these vital connections starts with taking small, proactive steps. Joining local groups, whether it is a knitting circle, a hiking club, or a book club, can be a fantastic way to meet new people who share your interests. It is equally important to keep in touch with family and friends. A quick phone call, a text message, or a video chat can work wonders in bridging the distance that life sometimes creates. Participating in community events, such as local festivals or volunteer opportunities, opens doors to new friendships and creates a supportive network. Reflecting on my own journey, I can tell you that social connections have the power to transform lives. After losing my spouse, I found myself retreating into solitude, convinced that I preferred the peace and quiet. However, as the days turned into weeks, I realized that this isolation was taking a toll on my mental health. I felt increasingly disconnected from the world around me, and the weight of loneliness became overwhelming. During this tough time, I made the decision to join a local woodworking club, a choice that would change everything for me. From the moment I stepped into that workshop, I was greeted with warm smiles and friendly faces. The camaraderie among the members was infectious, filled with laughter, shared stories, and the joy of creating something together. I discovered that I wasn't just learning a new skill, I was forging meaningful friendships that breathed new life into my spirit. Each meeting became a highlight of my week, providing a chance to engage with others, share experiences, and support one another. This experience reminded me just how important connection and community really are. If you're feeling isolated, I urge you to reach out and connect with others. Whether you choose to join a new group, rekindle old friendships, or participate in community events, the connections we build can serve as a lifeline. They remind us that we're not alone in our struggles and that there's a world of support waiting just beyond our front door. In a world that can sometimes feel overwhelming, nurturing our social connections is not just beneficial, it's essential for our well-being. Embrace those opportunities to connect, and you might discover that the relationships you build will enrich your life in ways you never imagined. Let me share a bit more about my own experience with loneliness. After my spouse passed away, I found myself wrapped in a heavy blanket of solitude. At first, I thought isolating myself would help me cope with my grief. I convinced myself that I preferred the quiet. However, I soon realized that this loneliness was eating away at my spirit. The silence of my home became deafening, and I longed for the warmth of companionship. It was during this low point that I decided to take a leap of faith and step outside my comfort zone. Joining a woodworking club turned out to be a game changer. This choice not only gave me a creative outlet, but also introduced me to a wonderful group of people who shared my passion. Each meeting was filled with laughter and encouragement, and slowly I began to reclaim my joy. The friendships I formed became a source of strength, reminding me that life continues beyond grief. Through this journey, I learned that vulnerability can lead to profound connections. Reaching out for support isn't a sign of weakness, it's an essential part of healing. Staying socially connected is not just about filling the void of loneliness. It's about embracing the richness of shared experiences and finding joy in the company of others. So if you're feeling alone, take that first step. You never know what beautiful connections await you just around the corner. 2. The daily check-in system, a simple habit for peace of mind. Imagine waking up each day, the sun shining through your window, but feeling a little tug of worry in your heart. For many seniors living alone, this is a familiar scenario. While independence can feel empowering, it also brings its own set of challenges, especially when it comes to our health and safety. The thought of a medical emergency going unnoticed for hours or even days is daunting. But here's the good news. There's a simple solution that can bring peace of mind, a daily check-in routine. So, what exactly is this daily check-in system? It's as easy as sending a quick text or making a brief phone call to a friend, neighbor, or family member each day. Just saying, "Good morning," just checking in, can make a world of difference. This small habit not only ensures that someone is aware of your well-being, but also helps build a support network that can be invaluable when you need it most. It's about more than just confirming you're safe. It's about creating connections that can brighten your day. The beauty of this system lies in its simplicity. You don't need to have long conversations. A few kind words can do the trick. This simple act can prevent potential crises and create a safety net that catches you when you need it. I can't stress enough how effective this can be. Let me share a personal story that illustrates this perfectly. After moving into my neighborhood, I felt a bit lost and lonely. I was hesitant to reach out to my neighbors, unsure if they would be interested in forming a friendship. Then one day my neighbor decided to text me each morning, simply asking how I was doing. At first I was surprised by her thoughtfulness, but it quickly became a cherished part of my day. Those morning texts transformed my outlook. They not only reassured me that someone cared, but also sparked conversations that brightened my mood. We started sharing snippets of our lives, what we were cooking, plans for the weekend, or even funny stories from our past. What began as a simple check-in blossomed into a meaningful friendship. Knowing that someone was looking out for me became a powerful reminder that I wasn't alone in my journey. It eased my worries and filled my days with warmth and connection. This daily check-in system has broader implications too. When we prioritize reaching out to those who may be feeling isolated, we create a culture of care and support. It encourages others to do the same, creating a ripple effect that strengthens our neighborhoods. By taking just a few moments each day to check in on someone, we can help ensure that no one faces their challenges alone. Looking back on my own experience with loneliness, I can truly appreciate how transformative daily check-ins can be. After losing my spouse, I found myself wrapped in a heavy blanket of silence, grappling with grief and isolation. I often thought about reaching out to friends and neighbors, but hesitated, fearing I would burden them with my sadness. Then came those simple morning texts from my neighbor, which opened a door I didn't know I needed. Each message felt like a lifeline, reminding me that I was still part of a community. As we exchanged messages, our conversations grew deeper. We shared not just our daily updates, but also our hopes, dreams, and even fears. This exchange of thoughts and feelings became a source of comfort for both of us. I learned that being vulnerable can lead to stronger connections, and by allowing others into my life, I could find solace and support. Those daily check-ins transformed my sense of isolation into a feeling of security and belonging. They taught me that reaching out, even in small ways, can have a significant impact on our well-being. In conclusion, establishing a daily check-in routine is a small yet powerful step toward enhancing our lives, especially for seniors living alone. It fosters connections, provides reassurance, and builds a support network that can be crucial in times of need. So, whether you're a senior or know someone who is, consider implementing this simple practice. A daily text or call can make a world of difference, turning feelings of loneliness into a sense of community and care. Remember, we are stronger together, and a little effort can go a long way in ensuring that everyone feels valued and loved. 3. Emergency readiness. Being prepared for the unexpected. Have you ever thought about what you would do if an emergency struck right now? Picture this. You're enjoying a quiet afternoon, maybe sipping your favorite coffee or watching a movie, when suddenly everything changes. A dizzy spell hits, and in that moment, you realize how quickly a normal day can turn into a crisis. Emergencies can strike without warning, transforming what seems like a minor issue into a life-threatening situation in the blink of an eye. Whether it's a sudden medical emergency, a natural disaster, or even a household accident, being unprepared can have serious consequences. This is why having an emergency plan isn't just a good idea. It can truly be a lifesaver. Being prepared means knowing exactly what to do when the unexpected happens, and this knowledge can make all the difference. One of the simplest yet most effective steps you can take involves keeping your emergency contacts easily accessible. Having a list of important phone numbers, such as family members, neighbors, doctors, and emergency services, right by your phone or in a spot where you can quickly grab it is essential. Additionally, consider wearing a medical alert device. These handy gadgets can alert emergency responders to your medical history and any conditions you may have, ensuring you receive the right care as quickly as possible. Another vital aspect of emergency readiness is having a clear escape plan for different types of emergencies. Whether it's a fire, an earthquake, or a sudden medical episode, knowing how to get to safety can make a significant difference. Take some time to map out the safest routes in your home and practice them regularly. It's also important to ensure that everyone who lives with you understands the plan. This kind of preparation can help reduce panic and confusion when a crisis hits. Let me share a personal story that truly opened my eyes to the importance of being prepared. A while back, I experienced a dizzy spell that left me struggling to reach my phone. In that moment, I felt vulnerable and scared, realizing just how crucial it is to have an emergency plan in place. It became clear to me that I could have been in serious trouble if I hadn't managed to get help. That incident prompted me to take action. Now I keep a list of emergency contacts right next to my phone, ensuring I can reach out for help quickly. Plus, I wear a medical alert device that gives me peace of mind, knowing that help is just a button away. The comfort that comes from being prepared is truly invaluable. I encourage everyone to take similar steps to protect themselves and their loved ones. It's easy to assume that emergencies won't happen to us, but the reality is that they can occur at any time. By taking a few simple steps to prepare, you can significantly increase your chances of staying safe. In addition, don't underestimate the power of community. Sharing your emergency plan with family and friends can create a supportive network. Encourage those around you to develop their own plans as well. By fostering a culture of preparedness within your community, we can all feel a little more secure knowing that we're looking out for one another. In conclusion, emergency readiness is essential for everyone, especially seniors or those living alone. Having an emergency plan can turn potential crises into manageable situations, ensuring that help is always within reach. Keep your emergency contacts accessible, wear a medical alert device, and have a clear escape plan for various emergencies. Taking these steps can provide peace of mind and ultimately save lives. Remember that being prepared isn't just about protecting yourself. It's about facing any challenge that comes your way with confidence and resilience. Reflecting on my own experiences, I can't stress enough how crucial it is to be prepared for emergencies. After that dizzy spell incident, I felt a wave of vulnerability wash over me. It was a stark reminder that life can change in an instant. I had always thought of myself as someone who could handle anything, but that day taught me the importance of having a plan. I realized that I wasn't just responsible for my own safety. I also had loved ones who would worry if something happened to me. Now I take my emergency readiness seriously. I've created a small notebook that contains all my emergency contacts, including my doctor's number, my neighbor's phone, and family members who live nearby. I keep this notebook right next to my phone, so it's always within reach. Additionally, wearing a medical alert device has become part of my daily routine. This small change gives me immense peace of mind, knowing that help is just a button away if I need it. I also encourage my friends and family to take similar steps. We often have conversations about emergency preparedness, sharing tips and ideas. It's comforting to know that we're all looking out for one another. I believe that by fostering this culture of preparedness, we not only protect ourselves but also strengthen our community. Emergencies can be frightening, but being ready can turn that fear into confidence. So I urge everyone to take a moment today to think about their emergency plans. You never know when that preparation might make all the difference. 5. Strengthening home security, a key to safety and independence. Have you ever felt that little twinge of anxiety when you hear about a break-in in your neighborhood? I certainly have. It's unsettling to think that someone could invade your personal space, a place where you should feel completely safe. As I listened to the news about local crimes targeting seniors, I realized that I needed to take action to protect my home and myself. So let me share my journey of strengthening my home security and how it transformed my sense of safety and independence. First things first, I decided it was time to upgrade the locks on my doors. Many homes, especially older ones like mine, often have locks that are easy to pick or break. I invested in sturdy deadbolts that not only provide better security, but also put my mind at ease. Now, whenever I close my door, I have the confidence that it's securely locked, allowing me to relax and enjoy my space without the constant worry of a potential break-in. Next, I installed motion sensor lights around my property. These nifty little devices light up whenever they detect movement, which is perfect for those dark corners of my yard. I placed them near my front door and garage, and even along the pathways. The bright glow not only makes it harder for anyone with bad intentions to hide, but also helps me see where I'm stepping when I come home at night. It's such a relief to know that my home is well lit and safe. Another game changer for me was getting a video doorbell. This clever gadget allows me to see who's at my door right from my smartphone. It's been a lifesaver for avoiding unwanted salespeople and potential scammers who often target folks like us. Plus, it records footage, which can be super helpful if anything suspicious happens. Now I can keep an eye on my front porch and feel secure, even when I'm not home. I also set up a trusted person plan. I reached out to a few close friends and family members, asking them to be my go-to contacts if I ever get a strange call or visit. This simple step has made a world of difference. If I receive a call from someone claiming to be from a utility company or a charity, I can quickly check with my trusted contacts to verify their identity. It's comforting to know that I have a support system in place, protecting me from potential scams. Taking these precautions isn't just about safety, it's also about reclaiming my independence. After enhancing my home security, I found I could move around my home and neighborhood with greater confidence. Instead of feeling like a target, I now feel empowered and in control of my environment. Whether I'm tending to my garden, reading on my porch, or taking a leisurely stroll, I no longer have that nagging worry in the back of my mind. Looking back, strengthening my home security has been a transformative experience. I went from feeling vulnerable and anxious to feeling in control and secure. I often share my journey with friends and neighbors, encouraging them to take similar steps. It's heartwarming to know that we can all work together to create a safer community. By sharing tips and supporting one another, we can foster an environment where everyone feels secure and valued. In conclusion, boosting home security is essential for seniors living alone. By upgrading locks, installing motion sensor lights, and establishing a trusted person plan, we can deter criminals and protect ourselves from potential threats. My journey to enhance my home security has not only made my living space safer, but has also allowed me to reclaim my independence and peace of mind. So let's take those proactive steps together and create a secure environment, ensuring our homes remain a sanctuary where we can thrive. Sometimes it's not the grand gestures that keep us going, but the small things. A phone call in the morning, a neighbor's smile, the quiet strength of knowing you're prepared, just in case. Growing older doesn't mean growing invisible. It means growing wise. It means learning that independence is not isolation, and that asking for support is not weakness, but a gentle act of self-respect. If this message touched something in you, if it reminded you of your own quiet courage or of someone you care about, then you're exactly where you need to be. I'd love to hear from you. Share just one word in the comments, "Still here," if you too are learning to stand tall in your own quiet way. And if you found value here, please consider subscribing, not just for the videos, but to walk together on this journey, one story at a time, one step at a time, one heart at a time. Thank you for being here. Your presence matters, more than you know.